Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? Today I'm doing a part 1 of 2 parts featuring the VOX pedals. In this part, we're going to feature 2 pedals from VOX. This is the Mystic Edge and the Copperhead Drive. thanks to the Music for sending these units for review. They highlighted to me that these units are new, just released from VOX, and they come with the new tube technology. Now, as you all might know, VOX has been acquired by Korg, so this technology is inherent from them. Why these two pedals? Because these two pedals represent the British representation of what these pedals are about. The Mystic Edge is more or less like the VOX kind of amp, the ACs and whatnot, and the Copperhead is like the Marshall amps, right? The fatter classic British sound that we are all familiar with. Let's just go through one by one. Now, for the Mystic Edge, we have sort of a 3-band EQ. You have the bass, and then you have a tone cut, like how you have in what you see in a typical VOX amp, and then the treble. And on top, you have the volume, so you can kind of like balance the effects with your clean signal, and the gain, right? And then you have the bright switch. And then you have a sort of a LED, a really cool LED representation of your signal coming in, and then the foot switch itself. Now at the back, you have a 3 dip switches where you can choose between standard, pre, and cap. What it means is a standard, if you're going to patch this to a amp, directly to the amp, you just use standard. If you're going to loop this either in the effects loop at the back, or you are sending this to a power amp, then you will like to put it into pre. But if you want to record it directly to a DAW, then you can use the cap simulator circuit that is inbuilt into this unit, and subsequently cap, so you can have the emulation of a cabinet. You have the link where you can actually link up to 5 units of the VOX effects, and then the power in. How does it sound? The Mystic Edge has less distortion, or rather less drive, than the Copperhead. So it's meant to emulate an overdriven VOX amp, which comes really close, and you can hear that. The emulation is pretty close. I'm pretty impressed with this. With that tone cut, you can actually adjust how bright you want, or rather, it's more like a scoop of the mid-range, or if you're going to bring it up to 9 o'clock, you have a little bit more of the mid-range, but with a little cut on the bright side. The treble is handy just in case you want more definition. You have the bright there where, I would not have this on if I'm going over, fully driven. I will probably cut down, if I just want a little breakup. Then if I want that sound to come out, like how most people will use the VOX amp, then you can activate the bright switch, which is really nice. For the Copperhead, it's almost the same at the back. You have the standard, you have the pre and the cap, and then you have the link, right? In, out, the switch on and off, same LED display. Now, the bottom, you have a 3-band EQ, you have the bass, mid, and treble. And then you have the bright dip switch, and the volume, and the gain. So this is pretty straightforward, like how you would treat any amp, especially a Marshall amp. I love Marshall amps, I really love playing them on stage, and I love the way it sounds. And this kind of duplicated overdriven, if you overdrive a Marshall amp, the full raunchy sound, you can get this with this pedal. So the way I'm running this is guitar into the pedal, and then into my interface, and then to my Line 6 Helix native. There's no compressor power to this, so everything is clean in. And I'm using a Fender Deluxe simulation on my Line 6 Helix native. And for a time-based unit, I'll have just a delay and a reverb for the song. All right, and I like this unit a lot because the mid EQ, the middle EQ for the mids is really sensitive, and it kind of rounds off and gives you the fatness of how a JCM 800 would sound like. Yeah, and then you have the treble just to have a little bit of definition. And of course, if you find it is still too muddy, you can always activate the bright switch, which I would not do because I just want a creamy sound. So it depends on you, what sort of sound you're going after. And well, I mean, the EQ sections are really good for both these units because they are very responsive, and you can actually kind of adjust it to whatever suits you in the mix, and cool. Now, apart from the fact that the The LED display is pretty interesting, you know, with the waveform and all that. You know, that's just eye candy, but nice touch. Yeah. Unit can be powered by batteries behind. This is a 9-volt battery and power supply, right? Yep. So tell me, what do you think about these units? Whether you own any one of them. These are relatively new, but if you do own one of them, just let me know. I'll feature the other 2 pedals, which are mostly catered to the American kind of sound, the Mesa Boogies and the Fender amps, and that'll be part 2 of this series. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please join this channel, and be sure to press that bell for notification of future videos that comes out. And if you want to join the patrons to support this channel, feel free to go ahead. I want to thank each and every one of them for their current support. So in the meantime, you guys take care, and again, a blessed Christmas to you. Ciao.